Hello, Howdy Hey, how are you? My name is Brilliantbro, the host of this fine show, and welcome back to another episode of a Splatoon 3 weapon guide. This week's weapon being the beautiful, basic, bog standard Splattershot. And you know what I gotta say? Of course, first thing, I apologise. We didn't have a weapon guide last week. I was just very busy, so I had to delay it to this week. But that does mean that I was able to have an extra week with this weapon in particular, being the Splattershot. And to be honest, did I need another week of the Splattershot? Not really. Let me tell you why. The first reason being, out of the past Splattershots we got in previous Splatoon games, I would say the one for Splatoon 3 I'm actually not too great at. Because, you see, its kit is, of course, the suction bomb, again, and the Trizooka. And why the suction bomb is, I still think, a good bomb, a sub-weapon. I do think there could have been other sub-weapons that would have paired well with this weapon, and the Trizooka actually is a really good, this one might more be a personal preference, the Trizooka is actually a really good special, but I am just like really bad with it. Like, I am really bad at the Trizooka. I don't know why, I can just never get its angled correction down, so I just always fail when I use Trizooka. Of course, that doesn't mean you will fail. You could, of course, be really great with the Trizooka. And yeah, as you can see here, look at this. Oh my gosh, this is so sad. But yeah, still. So, of course, this week's weapon is the Splattershot. And, well, I'm going to be honest, as I said at the beginning, this is kind of, besides from the Splattershot Junior, there is a pretty high chance this will be the first weapon you unlock in the game. Which is why I'm pleased, but also kind of not pleased to say that I don't really have too many tips on this weapon. I just feel like this weapon is so basic, which is of course a good thing, being one of the first weapons you'll get in the game. It's a real good thing that this is basic, because it's so easy to just pick up and play. You don't really need any experience, I find, with Splatoon at all to use this weapon effectively. But because of that, I don't really have any proper tips. Like, of course, with last time's episode being the Octobrush, I recommend using the suction bomb to try and lure your enemies closer, which you can do again here. I think that's a great way to use the suction bomb. Lure your enemies to where you want them, because the suction bomb has such a long detonation time. It's just, there's no real specific tips I could really give with this weapon because it is so basic. So today's episode probably is going to be a shorter one, but let's head over to the test range to get some specifics. Okay, so here we are in the test range. Let's have a little looky at this weapons kit. First thing, range, of course, compared to the Octobrush, this is a gun. If I remember correctly, the Octobrush did, I think, 1.5 or something like this. This did 1, 2, 3, pretty much. Basically three full lines. So, of course, this thing, definitely a ranged weapon. It's not that terrible at inking, in my opinion. Of course, the thing is, as I said, the Splattershot's the Splattershot. It's like, it's your basic weapon. Like, as I said, I feel like I can't really give any specific tips on it, just because it's so basic. It's just really easy to understand and use. Of course, once again, you have the suction bomb. If you don't know, suction bomb, it does take a long time to explode, but it can stick to walls, it can stick to floors, heck, it can even stick to ceilings. The suction bomb is great, though I wouldn't say it's as good with this weapon. I probably would prefer just a regular splat bomb, just because, of course, with the Octobrush it kind of worked, because you could try and lure enemies to you, but it's like, because you have that range now, it's like the suction bomb, like, I guess you could still kind of use it to lure, try and force them away from the area, and then you can like shoot them over there. I'm sure you can still use the suction bomb quite well. And of course, the special is the Trizooka, and I'm not gonna lie, of course, if you don't know the Trizooka, you can fire 3 shots. They do 220 damage, so basically insta splat if you do hit someone. I've seen a lot of people pull off some crazy plays with the Trizooka. I do think it is a good special. it's just not a good special for me. I don't know if every time I always underestimate or overestimate. I'm really terrible with the Trizooka. Like seriously, in game, heck, even in the training lobby, I seem to be pretty bad with the Trizooka. So yeah, it's not the best special for me, as you might see in some of the clips. But I have seen it is quite a good special. You can do some pretty good stuff with the Trizooka. Of course, your weapon does some pretty good damage. It takes 3 hits to take out one of these training dummies. And it doesn't take all too long to get to 999 for the big training days. Yeah, as I said, I feel like I can't give much more advice on this one. Like, it is just your basic Splattershot. Like, it's like this is the base model here. This is the bog standard. I feel like it's not really all too different from what it was in the second game, and probably even from the first game. I'd say the big difference is that it has a suction bomb instead of a splat bomb. But yeah, that I guess that's really all there is for the test range. So let's head on back to, I don't know, post-editing video me. I don't really know what to call myself. Oh yeah, also with the Trizooka, probably worth noting, it's kind of got this weird angle to it. If you can master that angle, of which I haven't, but if you can master that angle, the Trizooka probably could be very lethal in your hands. But let's head back to the desk, I guess. Back to the desk, even though there is no desk. Well, here we are back at the invisible desk, as you saw in my very awkward past. I recorded that a few days before I recorded this, as you probably could tell, because I kind of repeated myself. The Splattershot is a really good weapon. It may not be so great in my hands. I guess my best tip I probably could say with the Splattershot is if you are new to Splatoon, I would definitely recommend the Splattershot, as it is just kind of very easy to understand. So if you are new to Splatoon and the franchise, I would recommend the Splattershot, because I think it would help you to kind of get used to things like keeping your ink levels okay. I just think the Splattershot is a really good beginner weapon. But really, with that all said and done, I haven't really got much else to say about the Splattershot, besides it is a good weapon. I'm not so great at it. I've struggled to use the Splat Bomb effectively with it, and I'm absolutely awful with the Trizooka. Like, seriously, so far I haven't seen anyone who is worse than me with the Trizooka. Please, let me know down in the comments below, if you've used the Trizooka special, do you like it? Are you good at it? Or are you really bad at it? Because I am absolutely horrible at it. But yes, with those final words, I thank you for tuning in to this week's weapon guide. We shall see you all next week. And of course, please let me know down in the comments below, what weapon would you like to see a guide for next, or tips and tricks video for next. Still haven't decided what really to call it, tips and tricks or weapon guide. I'll probably stick to weapon guide. Let me know what weapon you would like to see next, and I might just pick it, as long as you comment it fast enough, because I do still need a few days to use the weapon to actually get my idea and thoughts on it. So I can't, like, yeah, just comment what weapon you would like to see next, basically. But with those final words, see you all next week, hopefully, as long as nothing bad happens and I'm busy again. See ya!